Suppose I am a 30-year-old married man with one kid. Say my income is, say, 50 lakhs a year. What will you advise? How will be your, you can ask me questions, I'll give you answers. What will be the process? Just run us through a little bit. How do you approach advising such a person?
So I think the most important question I ask anyone is, what do they want their money to do for them? Right? I mean, ultimately, at the end of it, money has to do something for you. You don't want to just leave money behind for your kids to enjoy. You want it to do something for you. And it could be anything. For example, in my goals, one of the goals is in 2047, I should be able to go to the space for a tour, right? Just think why.
You will be ready. Elon Musk should be ready.
I'm sorry?
Elon Musk has to be ready.
Yes, that's why this whole 20 years in between. But the point is, people should be willing and able to identify what do they want their money to do, right? And there could be simpler things like, I have a kid, I just want to ensure that she or he gets the right education so that they can stand on their own 2 feet. I want to build a house of my preference. I want to be able to change a few cars in my career. Maybe, send my parents to a, pilgrimage, not in a train journey, but of a different kind. Maybe tour the world. The things that you want to do, they have aspirations, right? Ultimately, that's what you're doing. You're trying to live an aspirational life, and ultimately, if you can put it down on a piece of paper, identify them as milestones, then your entire money can be planned and programmed to meet those milestones. It doesn't have to be, I want to build a 100 crore portfolio. What will you do with that 100 crore? There's no purpose to it. The purpose is what gives us the kick to keep moving forward, to keep working. It also helps us to then identify the right kind of portfolio that should work for those investments. Right? If you have, let's say, you said, you have a 50 lakh income bracket. It's a very good income bracket at the age of 30. Right? Even if you're saving 50% of it, which is 25 lakhs, right? In just about 10 years, you'll be saving 2.5 crores. There's just one kid, right? I'll probably assume you have a house, even by yourself or probably of your parents, right? So it's not that big a concern. But this money invested properly over a period of time will bring you, if nothing else, financial freedom at a very early age, right? And it will also help you achieve all the other things that you will determine with it. Now, of course, you can go really berserk and say, I want, a BMW X5 in the next 5 years, which means you're going to pull out all the money that you have saving and put that into that thing which will just eat it all up and also add expenses on a regular basis for you. So these are the kind of negotiations that one has to do on paper with the things they want to achieve, the money that they have and the money they're going to generate in the future, and align it all together to see that you feel happy at the end of it, that you have been able to do things that you have only been dreaming of. So those are the discussions, right? We sit down and say, let's understand what you want to do with your money. Let's now take stock of where your investments are today, how your cash flows will look like. Are you saving enough? And what kind of investment portfolio you'll be comfortable with? Because, a person could come and say, I'm very aggressive, I can take risk, but so far they've only invested in FDs, which means, what they're saying and what they're doing is completely different. Then you have to ease them out into the whole process. It will take probably 5 years before they start getting comfortable with the idea of risk. And in 10 years, 15 years, which is typical what I've seen in most cases, they can be sitting on a rich pot of money to do what they want probably.